Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals versus Mitchell Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Play action. It's Trubisky. Short little throw to Ebron. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A first carry for Najee Harris. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This defense for the Bengals, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Williams to return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And if there was a lane there, it closed up. Quickly, as he stopped for no gain, 2nd down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 3 yards there. That'll take us to 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now a first down carry for Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing here, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Partner is a quarterback. Sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. They'll roll him out right.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a dump off here complete. That was play number 7 on this drive. And it got him 7 yards. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. They go play action with Trubisky. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jordan Evans, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
They go play action. Trubisky.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. They run the counter. It's Harris, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Sam Hubbard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Myers' kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Mixon with a first down and more. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
53 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Steps away to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, here's Harris. And down he'll go at the 25. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. On the return is Williams. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mixon on the toss right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
On first down, Trubisky.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you two in just a moment. First, we just want to give everybody a look ahead to what's in store for us this weekend as we enter the final month of this NFL season. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens as they'll do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. In the late afternoon games, one of the best of the bunch will be at Soldier Field in Chicago. where it'll be the Bears taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And then on Sunday night, the national audience in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Williams now on the return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit janked.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. For a lot of people, MVP award means the quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting at.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
35 yards. And the Bengals take advantage of the turnover to put up 6.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky rolling to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Short little throw to Ebron.
These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now Trubisky on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Now a throw here to his running back. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Boy, 179 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you're worried about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Mixon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. We've got them now.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front.
You got a number, baby. He's in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter. Mixon, room here to run. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
30 yards.
And the Bengals are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here. McPherson now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Short little throw to Ebron. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, it's Trubisky. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Trubisky will throw. It's brought in by Harris.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, it's Harris. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Trubisky's throw there hauled in by Claypool.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Trubisky to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Again, it's Trubisky. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up on a former first-rounder, Trey Waynes.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down. Here's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Burrow. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bengals, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be
Shorty.